So if you watched the last video, you know we had a break-in and Hugo has been stolen. If you've not seen that video, go back and have a look at it because that is quite an important video to this. But we're sort of running around, how are the animals settling back into their environments after the break-in? Because if you didn't know, all the animals, they all got sort of taken out of their enclosures and either put somewhere or the glass just got opened up completely and they sort of just went roaming around. And let's face it, this building is quite a cold building, so it's a case of just settling them back in and stuff like that. But we'll start with Popcorn. Has basically found his hot hide again. He's back in his hot hide because he got fed only a few days, well, a day before they got broken into. And normally when he gets fed, he goes straight into his hot hide and he stays there for 4, maybe 5 days. But he's in there now and he's looking as good as ever. As you can tell, looking perfectly fine. He's in his hot hide. He's having a ball. I really need to sort out a different hot hide for him. What do you reckon? He just, yeah. But Popcorn is back in his enclosure and doing really well. Sorry for all the reflection. But the leopard gecko Millie, now she never actually went out. Her enclosure doors got opened up. All the plants have just been watered today, so they're a bit wet and stuff in there, but it's nothing special. The humidity's still perfectly fine in there. But at the minute, I think she is, there she is, she's tucked down underneath her hot hide, and you can actually see her, which means she's obtaining some of the UV rays in there. It's just, yeah, I love this enclosure so much. I mean, you've got that full hot hide sort of corner area there. I mean, she's under there now, which is the right temperature. If she wants to get a bit warmer, she can go up underneath there. If she wants to get even warmer and closer to the UV lamp up there, that's the Reptile Systems Eco T5 unit, that's right. And she can get on top of there. She's got all the live plants. She's got a hide underneath there, which she absolutely loves going under there for the hide. Moist hide is up there. She's got 2 cold hides there. I have found a problem with this whole enclosure. One, a leopard gecko will always go to the toilet in the same spot, or nearly all the time go to the toilet in the same spot. She's going to the toilet inside that hide there, and I can't really get into that hide. How bad's that? So now I'm going to have to think of a creative way there. But yeah, Millie, she's doing perfectly fine. Popcorn, he's doing perfectly fine. However, I don't think I'm ever going to get used to not seeing Hugo sat there scraping at the glass trying to get a bit of attention. That's absolutely heartbreaking. But hopefully, with the social media attention we're going to get for this, he will be returned and it all will go well. But it's just heartbreaking, isn't it? Over in the reptile room, we'll come over here. It's a bit more lighter, a bit more area in here. And we'll go through all of this. We'll start with the morning geckos. Just in there. Now, we've actually got quite a good thing with this. Sometimes now, because we've added better heat into the top of there, we've added the heat cable just onto that side there because it was getting too cold in here, and I want them to keep being a bit more active, so we are seeing them come out and about a lot more. I'll put a picture up now of one just sat on that leaf just there because it was absolutely amazing. And basically the morning geckos, they didn't come out either. They just sat there quite nice. Everything's working perfectly fine. The animals are still loving life. The only problem we had with this was the doors did get left open, which meant the humidity change was in there, so it's a case of trying to rejig that humidity. There's one of the morning geckos just there. She always loves being down there. Hopefully it won't take long for her to realise there's actually proper heat over there and she'll come up the top just there. But what else? That didn't get opened, which I assume something to do with the eggs, I don't know. The babies, whoa, boom. Baby morning geckos, they're doing perfectly fine. There's one anyway. There is another one in there. Oh, look. Wow. That's the salmon pink bird eating tarantula right down the back of the hide. We put the hole at the front of the hide. Yeah, put the hole at the front. Can you see how it's all compact going in? I think that is her flicking her ergotating hairs, and it just makes it a bit more solid on the entrance. That's good. Back down here. There's one of the morning geckos just there. There is another one in there somewhere, but they're doing perfectly fine. Tarantula in here. Now this is quite a fun story because we've got the 2 next to each other. She's always been there, she's always loved it, and she's always been out and about. That's our Asamani tarantula. This one goes into her hide. When we first put her up there, she went straight up onto the glass here, straight up towards the light. Who said tarantulas don't need light? She went as close as she could possibly get to the light. She pooped herself and webbed herself into a hide, and that's where she's been ever since. Mushu, we actually found Mushu on the back of the Reptibreeze, on the outside at the back, climbing at the back. But we got him back in. He's perfectly fine. He's there. He loves his branch. Look at him, so close to the UV, getting the UV rays. Charlie, we actually found Charlie, woo, down there with all the electrics. So he's in there perfectly fine. Rosie, Now she's on the latter end of digesting a meal, so she's come out, she's a little bit more active, but she was actually found underneath the table, underneath all of our storage area, because under there it's just all storage for our YouTube channel. So we've got like leaf litter under there, we've got substrate there, that's our superworm pots that we use to convert them. Yeah, got a load of bits and bobs for brands and stuff to give away and all that sort of stuff. That's a fruit fly farm colony thingy-mabob. Obviously Swell reptile products there, which we're doing a few videos for Swell reptiles. That's the Exoterra that we're giving away, and all the plants and stuff like that. But basically that's everything. Diego, I need to clean his glass again. I need to clean his glass every day. He's just been fed carrot tops from that plant. See, he popped down to say hello. Hello, mate. He was actually found down that little gap just there. Up here, brachypalma, it's not a brachypalma, it's not a brachypalma, it's not a brachypalma, it's a cow boob to cow albipelossum. The door was open slightly. I think they opened it slightly, realised that there was actually a tarantula in there and pooped themselves, because that's what they did with these ones as well. All these were just left like that, but the doors were actually closed, so they didn't actually get out, nor did that one up there. But it's all good. That was a Christmas present off a good friend. How cool's that? But again, nothing else up there. Over here though, got a baby leopard gecko in there. She's not doing great, so she's sort of going through treatment and stuff like that. The millipede, that was left open, but I actually found the millipede down by Diego over there. So that, I think the millipede was physically lifted out and put somewhere, because it shouldn't have done that on itself. Male leopard gecko down there was found underneath there. Whoosh, look at Rosie sat there. Oh, she's going to be amazing when she gets a bit bigger. Look at that, she's absolutely stunning. All the way up on that top ledge, yeah, she just looks great. But we literally spent 4 days trying to find Hugo. And we have taken every single reptile enclosure away from the wall. We've checked it underneath everything, behind everything, underneath all this sort of, underneath the shelving units. We've had the shelves out. We've done absolutely everything. Moved the plants, gone in all the cupboards, the drawers, all the storage areas. We have got every single box, because we do have a lot of boxes kicking around. We've been inside every single box. Hugo is not in here at all. Now, a 3-foot lizard, you can't lose it, can you? You normally would hear Hugo knocking things over and stuff like that. One of his favourite places is underneath that unit just there. He wasn't there, he's nowhere near it, and you could normally hear them like bumping into things, rubbing past things. That's normally what happens with Hugo. We can let him out and we know where he is just by the sound. We can hear him, and he's just not here. He's not in our bedroom either, simply because, again, we can hear stuff. We've had everything out. We've had the wardrobe out. We've been through the wardrobe. We've been absolutely every single box that's underneath all the bed. It's just, he is nowhere to be seen. Even, I'll show you. We even ripped holes in the bottom of all the furniture just to try and see if we can see inside the furniture and see if he was there. But he just wasn't. Another one of his favourite places is behind this chair here, because there's a lot of junk behind there, like lighting units and stuff like that. That's all just been taken out. All the boxes have been checked. He's not in there. Another favourite place is actually behind that enclosure. He's not there. We have checked everything. We've taken all the drawers out. Hugo is not here. Again, you'd be able to hear him walking around, and he's just not around. We've checked in his hide. We've checked absolutely everywhere. Popcorn looking good. Looking good there, dude. So massive thanks to the person who did help me rip this place apart for those few days and really try and find him, and he's just not here. So he's been stolen basically. So we've got all the CCTV footage getting, or all the CCTV cameras getting installed, and we've got loads of stuff happening from now onwards, but loads of preventative measures to stop it from happening again. But that's this video, just a quick update on all the animals, how they've settled back in. We're going to leave them all for another couple of more days and then try and offer food and stuff and get them back onto the food, because we don't know how long they were actually out of their environments for. Because it's not all just get them out of the heat and they're going to be poorly. They've been away from their humidity, they've been away from the heat gradients, the heat cycles, the light cycles, and so on and so on and so on. So it's just a lot for the animals to adjust back to that sort of scenario. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button.